Please let me in.
The world ended. Didn't you get the memo?
You said it.
Come on, guys, let's go for a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
So fetch. What is fetch?
Oh, it's like slang from England.
I'm Charlotte Blackwood.
I'm Maverick.
Maverick? Does your mother not like you or something?
Chunk is dead. Don't say that. Never say that. Goonies never say die.
We're lucky to have the guy. He is Senator Jeff Howe. We call him Colonel Doge, but we love having him on the program. He's in the midst of the fight, if you will. For folks who don't know, I believe just one day, has it been 2 days? You guys have been having kind of committee meetings discussing guns and what to do with them and what to do in the, I guess laying the groundwork if we're going to have a special session. Is that what you guys are doing?
Well, there was a working group to work on gun violence prevention. I don't know how it worked out, but I think Latz put it together and the leadership put it together and decided that we needed a group together. So we put some folks together and I really didn't have the time to do it, but I made it fit into my schedule because I thought it was important. So.
Can you give us your idea of how that's going? If you're reading the paper, as far as I can tell, the Democrats are absolutely ready to get something done, but the Republicans don't want to do nothing.
Not true, because I think we agreed to work on, I believe, 3 proposals, and now don't ask me exactly which ones they were. One was Senator Hoffman's thought process to make impersonating a police officer increasing, but we want to do more than what Senator Hoffman's got. And Senator Hoffman is actually working on a Senator Limmer bill. Well, actually, it was a similar. Senator Limmer actually passed a bill for that a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Senator Hoffman increases the penalties on that. What I think we should do is actually modify that a little bit more and make it so more crimes get a stiffer penalty and actually have a mandatory minimum sentence for some of these things. Right?
See, and I like that. What I read about that, for folks who don't, if you impersonate an officer, much like what happened with the shootings with the Hoffmans and the Hortmans, as I understand it now, it's a misdemeanor. They want to make it a felony. And I'm sitting going, why not? I as a conservative, I'm like, why not? Same thing with the straw purchases, right? You're going to buy a gun to give it to somebody who's not allowed to have a gun. I think you should be penalized heavily, because I think that's the stuff we call common sense stuff that no one wants to talk about. I think there is some out there. But here's where it gets weird to me. According to the Pioneer Press, they did say the Republicans are getting behind boosting funding for mental health services, but the Democrats are upset because you rejected those sort of things in the past. Well, wait a minute. That's why we're having this, right? Gun violence happens. Things are happening. You guys are willing to relook at your stance and let's put more money towards something. That's exactly what they want. We don't have the gun laws now. Let's look back and see if we'll change them. I don't understand how they can get you for opening remarks about let's look at mental health and say you can't because you didn't do it before. We're never going to get
understand that, because we've been actually proposing that for quite some time, is increasing that funding. So I don't know where they're getting it. They have denied. They are the ones that have actually voted that down. And so we've tried a number of different deals. We looked at trying to increase the funding for safe schools funding for all, for parochial and for private and public schools. And they rejected that. Yeah. So, there's probably blame to go around. Let's go forward. And they're going down a path that they know that we can't go down. We won't go down. Yeah. We're not going to take people's guns away from them. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
Well, and tell me if this is rumor or not, if this was actually conversed about. I saw about 10, 15 laws that were being thrown out. And one was literally taking away all rifles and or shotguns. Is that seriously something? And now that's a rumor that I said, did you read that? And I tried to find it. Are we talking about literally confiscation of weaponry in the state?
Anything that was semi-automatic, yes. Or 50 caliber or more. So your grandfather's 22, your 30-06 deer rifle that happens to be an auto loader that you can put a magazine in that holds over 10 rounds. Yeah. If it's semi-automatic, your shotgun, your semi-automatic shotgun that you got from your grandfather, they're going to take that too.
And in those bills, and I know people are sitting up now because this is what we're talking about. This is where push comes to shove. In those bills, are they even offering to buy them off, or me actually still owning them, I'm instantly a felon?
Well, when we brought that up, they said, well, yeah, we don't have that in the bill now, but something we could talk about, giving buying them back, and that would have to take funding. And I'm going, well, we brought it up that's a taking, that's a government taking, that's unconstitutional. Yeah. Of course, you got to fund it. So then they come back and say, so you're interested in it if we can find the funding? Well, no. Yeah. And the devil's always in the details, right? We should always. I'm not going to agree to agree to that because, of course, my base is going to go crazy on it, and regardless, it doesn't make sense. I mean, and then they tried to say, "Well, is anybody here?" And I said, "Well, I'm not willing to work on it, but there's probably other people in my caucus that are willing to work. You're telling me that there's nobody in the Republican side that wants to work on this?" I said, "No, I'm not saying that. There's probably people out there, and they know that. So go work, go ask. We know there's people that'll work on some of that stuff, but while you guys are here, you were appointed. Well, you really didn't give us the opportunity to have these discussions ahead of time or anything else. Nobody called me to talk to me about any of this gun legislation. I found out that on Wednesday that I had to have it in bill form by 10 a.m. on Friday. Well, our judiciary, we had people on vacation. This is the time our staff takes off.
For what? What do you got to have it done by? You're not in session, nothing, unless it's a special session coming after Friday. Let me ask you another quick question. Rumor had it that one of the bills was to increase security staff at the Capitol. Is that? Did they discuss that? No. Okay,
that was one of the proposals.
Okay, because I'm sitting there. I want to find common ground, and I think you all deserve that with the way things are going. But you can't have more armed guards, if you will, at the Capitol protect you all, and then tell me I can't have the guns I need to protect myself. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So
I tell you what, you couldn't have swung a dead cat without hitting a state trooper down there in those areas.
And they don't like that, by the way. That's not a suggestion. No swinging dead cats.
No. That's just a phrase, right?
Oh, that's so funny. All right, let me ask you this: do you believe a special session will happen then to make on this topic? Is the governor going to call?
I believe that the governor, now that he's running, has to have an issue to run on.
Yeah,
and this is what they think they can win on this issue. So that's why he wants a vote on banning assault rifles, however they're going to determine that definition, and high capacity magazine, whatever you define that as. And then he wants a vote, no matter if he can't get it done, he wants that vote.
Well, but maybe I'm missing something, sir. I bet you $100 as I name senators, you'd be able to tell me whether they're for or against getting rid of guns. We know where everybody stands. This is literally just theater.
It is absolutely, because I can tell you on their caucus, the people that will support this on both chambers, right?
That's what I'm saying.
In fact, I had one come up to me while I was leaving the Senate office building, asking me how that went, and I know they don't want this to come up because they know they will lose their next election. Right.
And yes, and know that. See, and it's so weird to see some that just want to have it because they think it helps them, but it could hurt their team in general. I've got to go to break. When we come back, you mentioned that the governor's in. I want to talk about that. Also want to talk about Hennepin County, biggest county in the state of Minnesota. And Moriarty says, you know what? We're just not going to go after the felony traffic stops. When we stop somebody, see cocaine, a gun, we're just not going to, we're not trying that stuff anymore. We're just too darn busy. I don't know. This is crazyville. I'll tell you that. We'll talk with Senator Howe after this.
When the stakes are high at the Minnesota Capitol, you need more than a lobbyist. You need a partner. At Momentum Advocacy, we bring nearly 90 years of combined experience in government relations, public affairs, and strategic communications. From nonprofits to national corporations, we help organizations navigate Minnesota's political landscape with integrity, insight, and results. Whether you need legislative champions or headlines, Momentum Advocacy delivers. For more, visit momentum-advocacy.com. Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol.
Dust from livestock buildings can be harmful to your animals and to you. Coughing animals can lead to costly vet visits and other serious health problems. Now there's an environmentally safe solution for your dust problems. It's called DustLock. DustLock can control the dust all summer long with just one application. Protect your animals and your health with DustLock. Learn more at dustlock.com.
Are you kidding me?
You know that comment you said to the radio? The thing that we got wrong?
Clearly, Brussels sprouts are the worst vegetable.
Call us and let the world know your thoughts. 855-257-7469. That's 855-ALS SHOW.
Love having him on the program. We've got him, Senator Jeff Howe. So the governor's in. I don't know that shocked anybody. Just when was he going to get in? But he is in. A couple of things for me. He gets in. He doesn't even have an event. He's just sent out his little 2-minute video. And I'd said, I think a week ago, if he wants in, I want my governor to want to be in and seem like it. It's like the laziest way of getting into a governor's race. Put that video on the internet thing. We'll be in. What does this do for the Republican Party? As far as we're going to get more people jumping in, what are we going to do?
I think you're going to see more people in. I do believe that you're going to see at least, well, I know of one and possibly up to possibly three that I've been talking to. So, all right. So we will see. I think I don't know why people are waiting to see whether he's in or out. I've always said that there's not a Democrat out there that doesn't own the condition of this state. Yeah. And the condition of the fraud and everything else.
But on that same line, it backfills a lot of seats now, right? I mean, the governor's going to have to find somebody or find lieutenant governor. I don't know who that's going to be. But now you got to suspect Ellison's going to stay and go run for the attorney general. Yet Simon's going to continue to be the state auditor. They're backfilling a lot of those spots, because those guys aren't going to go for a higher office, I presume. So does that give Republicans to say, hey, wait a minute, Ellison's been hit pretty hard. He's had a tough 4 years, right? I mean, can we get somebody who can make a difference? Simon, even with the idea that President requested our, voting records, he said, nah, why not? Let them have it. Let's find out how squeaky clean it is.
So they've got a lot of issues, and I think that's an opportunity. I will say that. Now, my question is Blaha quit? Mm-hmm. She's not going to run again. So is she his running mate now? Because he's looking for a place to go.
The one that I thought that's a good choice. Lopez Franzen. I like her. Melissa Lopez Franzen is a senator. Yeah. She had a great gig with the University of Minnesota. A great gig. And then she gave that up to run for Senate. Then everybody piled on that Senate race. She pulled out right away. I think she would be good for him. I mean, and I like her a lot too, by the way. But I think she could be one as well. One of those two might be it.
Well, I think Franzen's a better pick than Blaha. I mean, if you've ever talked to Auditor Blaha, she is a middle school math teacher. She doesn't shy away from that, and that's what she is. And she should go back and find that job because I think she probably would be good at it.
I got to get one last topic in before you go because I got to think this makes you mad. Hennepin County Attorney Moriarty already said she's not going to run again. So she's a lame duck here. And I don't know if she's trying to take the city down with her. What the brilliance is here, she announced yesterday that they're going to limit felony charges on low-level traffic stops. You're a knucklehead with massive amounts of crack in your car when you get pulled over for a blinker light out. Guess what? Go along your way. We're not even going after that because it was such a petty crime to stop you in the first place. What are you doing in Minneapolis? That's our number one city.
Say, Al, can you tell me you think she can take it lower than it already is? I don't know.
And we've had mass shootings 3 this week.
Is there a basement to Minneapolis I'm not familiar with? Because I don't go there anymore. It is such a crime-riddled place already under her watch that I don't go there. I mean, do you know that it takes, I think it was brought up in the committee, the median response time for a high level, the average response time to a high level, the highest crime that you can have in Minneapolis, 8 minutes, 39 seconds is their average response. You know what? You're dead by that time. Yeah. I mean, that's not a response to someone shooting at you, or you might as well grab a cup of coffee and show up tomorrow for a donut. I mean,
they had their third mass shooting in 3 weeks, and that didn't even make the front page of the paper anymore. Right. That was this thing was. But tell me, I don't understand the game. Why? Why would you say this is what we're not going to do anymore? It's just too much work for me. What? How does that make anyone safer?
Well, it's not, and I don't know. I think she needs to go back. I don't know what direction she's getting from her boss, George Soros, but no. I mean that's who put her there. We got to fix this out. You know, I will say one thing though before we go, Al. Mm-hmm. There's a reason I don't go to Minneapolis anymore, and I think that, you know, even if the Twins had a team to root for anymore, or the Vikings were any good to draw somebody, and it didn't cost you $1,000 to go to their game, this is something that drives you away from Minneapolis. And it used to be what they used to say, the economic engine of Minnesota. Well, it's sputtering to just about nothing now. And it's a drain on us because now they expect us to send them money. If you listen to Senator Mohammed, she was saying that you keep bashing on us. Well, you have driven this thing into the ground by what you've done.
Yeah. And you look at the front page of this.
weather anymore. I will say, though, that my timing on planting trees and grass this year is impeccable because I just got it in on Tuesday, and it's been raining ever since.
Oh, good for you.
I think I'm going to actually be able to grow grass that I've never been able to grow before.
It's the worst thing ever. It's terrible. I can't do it. Thank you, my friend. No, I love it. I appreciate you being on the program.
High note, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You do that anytime you want, my friend. I appreciate you being on the program. We'll do it next week, all right? He's Senator Jeff Howe on the Al Travis Show.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue